Kia ora and welcome to this video on how to set up fees in Juniorlogs. Step number 1, we need to set up the fees within your center settings. I'll just point the settings over here. Now, before we look into the actual steps on how to set up the fees, here's an important question. How does your fee schedule look like? Does it look like something like this, where you charge for the short and long days for under 3s and over 3s? This is another fee schedule. So there is an all-day fee, short day and sessional. If your fee schedule is similar to this, then we have got two options in which we can set up your fees in Juniorlogs. Let's take a look at option number 1, which is the fees table. So this is the fees table. I'm going to click on it. It's under the center settings. Here you can see some fees that have already been set up previously. Let's go and add a new fee type to this table. So click on this green plus button. Here I'm going to add two new fees type. Short days, 2 days, under 3s, type is a fee, and here we are charging $90. In the description, I'll probably copy over the same. Specify a GL code if you are integrating with Xero. GST is on, and I'll save and add new. Okay, so this time I'm going to add short days, 2 days, over 3s, fee $90. Save and continue. So here you can see we've added two fee types. One, short days for under 3s. Another one is short days for 2 days for over 3s. Okay, now let's take a look at option 2. This is what we call as hourly fee setup or smart fees. So I'll bring up the hourly fees screen first. Okay, so simply set up the hourly charges for every hour in this table, and Juniorlogs will calculate the charges from either the attendance or the booking schedule. So when you go to the setup tab, I'll just give it a name, hourly charges, and this can be called as hourly charges with 20 hours subsidy. Now what you enter here will be printed on your invoice. You can also specify what would you like to charge for every additional 15 or 30 minutes that the child stays at the center. So depending on their attendance again, they will be invoiced, the parent will be invoiced accordingly. You can simply put this as 0 if you do not wish to add any. So let's go back to this example here. In this session, which is a 4-hourly session, it's $30 per session for under 3s. So how I would configure this is we'll just put 7.5, and the charges for over 3s will be 0 for the first hour. Save and continue. For the second hour, this will be 15 and this will be 0. For the third hour, 22.5, 0, and for the fourth hour it's $30 and this is still 0. So what we've set up over here is the same sessional structure. So for every 4 hours a child will be attending, they'll be charged $30 per session. If they are under 3, for over 3s it's non-chargeable, right? So we've just set this up, and I'll make sure all the changes are made. Now once you've set up the fees, let's move to the next step, applying those fees, because until you don't apply them, they won't get invoiced. So let's go back to the children's section. Okay, I'm going to pick up this child and I'll go under the accounts and fees tab. So here you need to make sure there are two things that are there. So one is the name of the payee has been selected. If you would like to apply hourly fees for invoicing, simply tick this box here. Select the payee. So here Pinky's name has been selected, and this will default to 100%. So that's the main payee or the only payee for this account. You can select whether you would wish to send the invoice copies by email or hard copies. And then when you come down to this section, this is where you'll add the fees. So you'll go add new fees, and here you'll have short days coming up. So I'll simply go over threes. The description would come up. The unit price comes up over here. I can add any special notes if I would like to. Make sure the quantity is 1. And if there is a discount that you would like to offer, simply type in a number value. So for 10% discount, it will simply be 10, and so on. Now this is the flexi fee structure, meaning we can set up the recurrence pattern of this invoice. When would we like the invoice to be created, and what is the effective date? So here we've seen two different ways. One is the hourly fee setup, or what we call as smart fees, and that will be charged based on the child's attendance or their booking schedule. So the system is smart enough to detect what gets entered into the system first, and the invoicing happens from that point onwards. And the other way is where you will be adding new fees and setting up a recurrence pattern, which we call as flexi fees, and you will add the day or the number of days or any discount that you would like to offer on that account. Thank you for watching this video. For any questions, please email us at support@juniorlogs.co.nz. Thank you.